Thanks for your help, DC.
Yes, you're welcome there.
Always a pleasure to be in the canopy, eh?
Always a pleasure to be with you.
What's your favorite part of the canopy?
The favorite part of the canopy for me is always up at platform 6 to look down into the foliage and notice the many different species that make up this wonderful Amazonian rainforest. And to see how they all work together.
What made you want to become a biologist?
I was always curious about our natural world. I always wanted to know about our natural world and how it worked. And so from that passion as a little kid, it continued to drive in me, and so I ended up becoming a biologist to answer some of those many questions that I had as a little kid.
And what advice do you give your students about entering into the world of science?
I tell them, your whole world, to understand your whole world, you need to be very much a part of the science that goes on. And so when you enter into the world of science, don't look at it as a chore, but look at it as a part of you, and that you're trying to understand you better. And so by understanding the natural world, you understand a lot more about you. And that's why I do it, and that's why I think everybody should understand a little bit about their natural world.
And tell us a funny story. I heard you had a little experience with a fer-de-lance on this trail.
I was coming out at sunrise one morning, and I thought my colleagues, you, and the guides had left already because I'm always late getting up. And I went tearing through the forest like I normally do because I've been here many a times. But on this particular morning, it was a little dark and it was a little wet. And of course, we had high water that season and pushed the fer-de-lance and a lot of the other snakes up higher on the land. And I stepped on one. And it was a young one. And of course, he was as surprised as I was. He managed to stay on the ground while I jumped 8 feet in the air and ran back to the axe lodge. And to my knowing, or to my surprise mostly, there was Dr. Mag in the group. I was ahead of them. In many ways, I wish I hadn't been.
That's a great story. Well, you have a good day. We know you're carrying on down the canopy, and we'll see you back on the ground.
All right, then I'll see everybody else too.
Bye,
have
DC.
A great day. See you later then, right?
A great tool for exploring the 8th continent of the world, the rainforest canopy.